must see you got your pecker back.
You're kidding, right? Have you lost your mind? Miss Ayase, help! Do something! Everyone in this family is crazy!
What I say?
Episode 4 of Don to Don introduced us to Ken, the titty gobbler. He gonna gobble the titties. Okay. Don to Don episode 4 was really good, and I talked to you guys last week. I was like, episode 3 I felt like was a fine to okay episode. Nothing like it didn't set anything ablaze. Episode 4 though really brought it home. This episode was just absolutely just bonkers, balls to the wall. Well, not balls. Eventually our boy got his balls back, but it was just wild, crazy, and the animation just went off. But here's the thing that I love the most that I kind of felt was missing in episode 3 was just the comedy. Like when Ken goes in and he just gobbles the Turbo Granny, and she's like, you're pulling my titty. Like, that's just the funniest shit ever. Like, I had to pause. I was laughing so hard. Then fast forward later on, right, when they're finally at grandma's house and they're eating the crab. That's funny that they're gobbling down crab. Okay, that's hilarious. But then you have Ayase who's like the way she was eating the crab was just peak. I was dying from laughter. Like, I thought that was like the funniest thing ever. Like, I'm telling you, I was just like, this is just too funny. Like, I was just laughing so much. So those two moments alone are absolutely peak. And then you couple it up with everything else. Finally, getting one over on Turbo Granny. Finally, getting her out of the way, defeating the crab or whatever, kind of like all in one package. Then finally overcoming this big, tremendous, hill that they ended up having to climb. Now, obviously, ghosts are still existing. Aliens are still existing. They're still going to be going after. This does raise questions what's going to happen with Ken now, because all of his powers stemmed from Turbo Granny. So it's like, did she leave a piece of herself back into him? Can he still tap into that? Or is he just back to being a normal, everyday Joe Blow, regular human being, So I guess that remains to be seen, but it's good that it's kind of like letting us know and like having that question and bringing it up. So now we're going to end up seeing what happens. But so far, it was put a bow on it. It was a great wrap to this initial little baby arc that we got at the beginning. It's all over now, and we're going to see what kind of crazy shit ends up coming next. The really cool thing, too, is between Ken and between Ayase, I love how they were both contemplating the goodbye, right? Like when Ken was like, hey, goodbye, and Ayase was like, goodbye. They're both freaking out. They're like, goodbye, shit, like goodbye? Does that mean goodbye forever? What does that mean, goodbye? So I love how they were like both just kind of freaking out at the goodbye. And then eventually Ayase breaks like, hey, see you tomorrow. And he's like, oh, and his eyes glaze over. And I was like, okay, that's such a cute, adorable scene. So overall, Don to Don episode number 4 was just absolutely fantastic. From the animation to the fight scenes to the train scene, to getting Turbo Granny into her little snake form, to Ayase completely controlling her, to our boy Ken getting his little weenie back, to the grandma saying, show me your weenie, I don't believe you, to the titty gobbler, to them, getting, just chopping down crabs. And then finally learning a little bit more about Turbo Granny and Ayase's grandma's speculation as to what she was doing, and finding out that a lot of heinous things had happened to a lot of girls, specifically to where they have died, and just a lot of bad stuff happened. And one of her predictions, or the things that she thought never confirmed, was that maybe Turbo Granny was kind of like watching over their graves and their spirits. But one thing that she said was like, hey, at the end of the day, it's like, if you're attacking humans, if you're attacking people, like, you gotta go. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. No matter if you're doing noble things, the noble things don't cancel out the just heinous negative things that you're doing too. So definitely love that quite a bit. So overall, Don to Don episode 4, which is absolute fuego, absolute fire, just really, really good stuff. The titty gobbler, he's earned a trophy, he's earned a plaque, he's earned a new title. You know, Ken really is. I think he's matured a lot, and I think his personality has changed a lot, which is really cool too. And then Ayase, you know, with the hands of God over there with her little hand wings and stuff, I thought was really cool too. So yeah, episode 4, freaking fantastic. Can't wait to see what ends up coming next. Can't wait to see what comes more of this. But yeah, I think this episode was like 9 out of 10. This episode was just so good from start to finish. I was just really absorbed in it, and I laughed quite a bit, and I love that. I think that's where the show shines the most, outside of its crazy animation and the relationship they're starting to build between the two kids. I think that the comedy is where it shines the most. All right, friends, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you guys next week for episode 5. Peace.